Video you're about to watch is about me doing my makeup for my first day of school today. I didn't do anything crazy. School, it's only 3.5 hours, so I don't really need to do anything. I don't want to do anything crazy. Just kind of as if I didn't wear any makeup. And it is pouring a lot today, like every day. So, anyways, when you're watching the video, you'll be noticing that my phone camera and the actual lighting that I have in this place kind of sucks for what I am doing. Half the time you can't even really see what I'm doing. You'll notice around here on my eyelid that it just looks like I have orange here, but it's just the way like the lighting is on my camera. The color isn't even that vibrant that you see. It looks like I'm not wearing anything. This is daylight. I did put a little shimmery color along here, and like with daylight it blends out pretty good, but just because I have crazy amount of light hitting my face, it just looks, I don't know, you'll see. I have to be at school in about 2 hours or so, so it's just gonna be a basic makeup video, kind of like a daily wear. I only have to be at school for 3.5 hours today, so it's not going to be anything crazy. If you already read my acne journey, or you're going to be watching it, it'll be coming up soon. You'll already know what I've gone through with my skin, what I don't like using on my skin, how I treat it. Becoming a makeup artist, I probably don't do everything right. I don't use like toners on my skin, serums. I don't wash my face twice a day. I'm pretty minimalistic when it comes to that. So I just woke up this morning and I didn't do anything to my face. I just got like the crusties off my eyes and stuff like that. Didn't put any moisturizer on, but I am going to be applying makeup onto that non-fresh skin that I have. But it's pretty good, it's smooth. I just had a breakout here, but that's about it. So, get my hair out of my face. My hands are already washed, but I don't apply my makeup with my hands anyways, so. I have a camera that I'm using for school, but it's just going to be strictly for school purposes, so I'm just using my phone right now. Pretty good quality, it's daylight out. For what daylight is here. It's pretty rainy and cloudy, but yeah, so I'm just going to turn on the light on my mirror. Okay, so I've been using the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, for quite a while. You just get it at the drugstore. Doesn't have anything that irritates my skin in it. I'm sure you could look up the ingredients on Google. But I just apply some of that onto right here on clean hands. If I'm doing makeup on a client, I would be using a steel palette. And then I just have these sponges that I use. They're disposable, just so I don't need to clean my beauty blender often. So I'll just be lightly patting that into my skin here. It's not going to be full coverage, just kind of like a tinted moisturizer, just very light. Work that into my cheeks, under my eyes, corners of my nose. If I need more product, I'll put more on my hand. So just blend that in. I don't really have any problem areas. I just kind of blend it in a bit, but I'm not really worried about covering anything up. If you did read my acne journal, the PDF that I have been sending to a lot of people, you'll know I'm very OCD about what I put on my face. I'm not sure how that's going to be when I start school, but I completely avoid concealers. I don't use cream sticks to apply like a contour or highlight on my skin. I don't really have any features that I want to thin out or make bigger or anything like that either. So then I just pat it on my skin. I don't rub it in. I find that irritates my skin. Makes it red, makes it blotchy, patchy, and then the coverage doesn't apply evenly. I don't bring it all the way down to my neck, just kind of under the jawline. And if you have the right shade for your skin, you won't be able to see it anyways. There won't be any, I think it's called discretion lines. I can't pronounce it. Kind of like when you see a line here, and you can tell people didn't bring their foundation down, and it's not the right color. Sometimes your face will be pretty dark, and then you'll see a line, and then you'll be white down here. I kind of had a problem with that a couple years ago because in my house the walls are black, red, and dark purple, and no sunlight came into my house at all. So it was very hard to get an even kind of coverage because I couldn't really tell what I was applying on my face. It's kind of like when you apply your makeup in very dim lighting, and then when you go outside it's very dark. You can see shadows that weren't there before, or you thought shadows were here but they aren't actually there. Your eyeshadow's a lot lighter than it was in the dark. So, and then just lightly in my forehead. A lot of foundations I have tried just end up breaking me out, but this one I've been using for 2 months now and doesn't cause any breakouts. So I think I'll be sticking with this one for a while. I was using Zui Organics makeup, but it is pretty pricey. Now that I'm a student, I kind of don't really have the money to order it. It comes from Australia, so. And because I kind of have a dry nose, but it's not red like what it used to be, so I don't put much product on there. Just kind of whatever I have left over on the sponge. You see how the sponge absorbs the product pretty good, but the typical makeup cosmetic wedges that you can get, I think at Shoppers, kind of don't like them because I find they just smear the makeup even when I pat it, and then you could still see the lines everywhere. And you don't have to damp the sponge or anything like that, not like a beauty blender. But I find it applies it just like as if you were to damp it. Okay, so I find this makeup set's pretty good. I don't really need powder on it. If I do use a powder, it is the Zui Organic loose powder in my shade. The only problem I have with it is that I've bought 2 of these so far, but if you have it like this in your makeup kit or in your backpack or wherever, I find the product comes out around here, and then your whole makeup bag is filled with powder, despite it being closed or even in a baggie. So I always make sure that I don't take this with me anywhere, but I just leave it at home. I don't touch up my powder with this throughout the day because I can't really travel with it. That's the downside that I found, or maybe I'm just getting unlucky with the purchase. So I just leave it on my counter in the bathroom, and then if I have to use it, I'll use it. I do make my own chapsticks. I'm not going to put lipstick on, but I'll probably make a new video on how I make these. But probably just want some chapstick. So I know before you put on powder products like blush or highlight, you should have set your foundation with powder. So it's like powder on powder kind of thing, but I'm not doing that today. Same brand as my foundation, Physicians Formula. I have this highlight butter, so I'll be using this brush. And then just up here, I'm not going past the nose, so kind of essentially make a line here. You don't want to go under that line. just very lightly. If I have to, I'll use my powder brush to blend it in if the lines are too harsh. Hope you can see what I'm doing. It kind of looks like I just have nothing on my skin right now. Then on the nose a bit. Above the lip. Sometimes I go under the brow here. I know a lot of people start with their eye makeup and their brows before foundation, but I don't really do that. I probably should, but I'm not putting on a lot of eyeshadow either, so it won't be falling down here. I don't really like baking my face either under the eyes or down here, but if I have to for full coverage, then I will. But this is just a daytime makeup. Very basic. Usually just takes me like 10 minutes in the morning to do it, so. Let's move this down here so you can see me. So I'll just brush out my brows for what I have of brows. If I have any foundation on my nose ring, I just kind of rub it off. Actually, I will be right back. I'm just going to get a little bit of water. Last week I found out just having a little bit of water on my brush for brows makes them pop a lot. So I'll do that right now. Glass of water. I do have a spray bottle with water to take with me in my makeup kit, but that's kind of packed away. So I'm just using water in a shot glass. And this is the Revlon Color Stay Brow Kit. This is what I use in black. So I'll be using my angle brush, dipping it into some water. Take off the excess, so I just kind of rub it off on the side. Okay, so once your brush is damp, I just take a little bit of the product, wipe it off, keep it at an angle, and then hopefully I do my brows okay. So I'll just start very lightly. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I usually just follow the shape of my eyebrow. I don't like making the whole square here, moving over. Yeah, my brush isn't thin enough to map out where my eyebrows should be, but I already know my eyebrows aren't perfect. Then I'll just move across up to the arch of your brow. Get more product. If I have to damp it again, I will. In high school, I would always use black gel eyeliner on my eyebrows, but that gives it a very harsh gothic look, so now I moved over to powder to give it a more natural look. I'll continue this line over here, follow these hairs under the arch, and then I'll come down. As high as I can make the arch without looking too unnatural, that's what I will do. So that's that side. Kind of a lot thicker than what I have going on. I'll brush this out with a spoolie after. So other side. I'm just buffing them up a bit, brushing the hairs into place. Sometimes I'll use the wax that's in the color palette, but not today either. I want to look kind of natural, so. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop playing with my eyebrows. I think they're good enough. And then this is the organic as well. This is the Sunset palette. Kind of like a orangey brownish. So I'm just taking some of the orange color here. Just lightly putting that over my eyelid. I didn't set the foundation on my eyelid either, so I'm not going to put too much up here just because I know during the day it's going to get a line from all the pigment because I didn't use a primer. So I was just going to do a basic eyeshadow, eyeliner on my eyes, and mascara, but I decided to use this little shimmery color. Not that it's sunny or summery outside, but kind of like Bob Ross, happy little colors. Anyways, I didn't mention, but I took the brown color as well. It's kind of shimmery. Just putting it on the outside. This isn't very professional, but if during the day I do get a line here, I just kind of rub it in with my fingers. Or I'm going to be bringing my little makeup kit, so just take a brush and then blend it in a bit. It doesn't really mess up the eyeshadow or anything. If it's just like one color. Most of the makeup looks I've done for most of my life. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of taking whatever I got from the drugstore or Walmart or what I had in my home. But I feel like if I can do a lot of crazy stuff just with very basic, cheap household ingredients, then I can only imagine what I can do once I actually learn proper techniques and stuff like that. So, and with the same eyebrow kit and the same angle brush, I'm just going to go just above the eyelash line with some powder. Just press it in. Just to give like a natural smudged look. Nothing too crazy. So I dab it in, and then any excess I just take it off the side. What I like about this is if you do go too high, you can kind of just smudge it back down with a Q-tip. I try not to go down into the corners here because I find that makes it too bold of a look. And I'm just going to put a little bit underneath the bottom lash line. Just because I'm not going to be putting mascara on my bottom lash line today, just on the top. Usually you want to curl your eyelashes when you do your makeup. Also not today. Very minimal. Man, I need a higher quality camera. You can't really see what I did. It looks like I just woke up still. And then usually I use the pumped up Maybelline mascara. This is the waterproof one. But I find that because I have like kind of long eyelashes already, I don't know. It'll just make it too much of a glam look, I find. So I do have another Zui organic mascara. Sometimes I'll put this on my eyebrows if I don't want to use a powder. Just kind of fluff up the hairs. It gives it a more natural look as well. Usually when I travel, all I take is this. I use it on my brows, on my eyelashes. If I smudge underneath, it'll look like an eyeliner. Very basic, and you aren't taking a whole makeup kit with you, especially if you're backpacking around, but there's that one night that you want to go out. Usually you want to comb out your eyelashes after you apply the mascara, but I find sometimes when I do that, mascara will get underneath my eye, And then I'll have to clean it up with a Q-tip again. So I'm just gonna brush these out. And lightly work it in. Usually just on the outsides if I want it to look more natural. And get rid of that clump, please. Then on the other side. I find I can never get the mascara to apply on one eye the same as it did on the first eye. One's eyes, like, they're not symmetrical anyways. So I find on one eye the hairs are shorter, more coarse, and then on the other one they're kind of really soft and longer, so you just have to kind of see what works for you to try and make them even. I might spritz my face with setting spray, matte finish, just because I'm not sure if the rain is going to be messing up my makeup throughout the day because I didn't use any waterproof products. I need to invest in some of those, I think, because with the weather here for the next few months, I don't think it's going to do much. It's been messing up my hair mostly every day anyways, so I brought a straightener, even though back at home I never used a straightener. And I thought maybe I'd need it for school here, but I completely doubt it. So this is the makeup I'm wearing to school. So thanks for watching. I'll be putting more videos soon, mostly about my past life experience stories. And then when I can, I will do like skincare, makeup, hair. A lot of people asking about what I do with my hair, how I got it to grow long, how I keep it shiny, nice. Yeah, so have a good day. Bye. It's raining a lot now, but this is my makeup outside. So you can actually see what it looks like out in the day besides my bedroom. So here it is.